everybody.
Yo.
Welcome to Wrestling Through the Years. We got the whole crew back. It's me, everybody that Doug got to be on the show a couple years ago, even though he bitches about it. It's me, Doug, Clineth, and Eric. How's everybody doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Good.
We're here for another special episode. We did our top guy tier list last week, part 1, and now we have part 2.
Yep.
So that's going to be fun while I'm getting that all set up. Briefly, we'll do our workers of the week. Who impressed you guys this week? Did you watch much wrestling?
Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah, he looked good.
He looked good coming back. I thought he was gonna turn, but I'm glad he didn't.
Yeah, it was kind of a cold babyface turn because he was part of the Callis family, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I thought he was gonna turn back. I thought it was just a swerve that he was gonna turn back heel.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he looked fine. AEW, I mean, NXT was better this week, but AEW tried. Who was your worker of the week, Doug?
My worker of the week is Jada Parker.
She looked beautiful. That was the battle of the butt cheeks. Did you guys see that match?
Yeah, you see the beautiful match, straight.
That was a beautiful match.
It was a beautiful match. Loved it.
Jada and Lola, oh my God. Shawn Michaels know what the hell he's doing down there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a really good match. And like the only thing I didn't agree with was the whole brick spot and the fact that Lola kicked out of that. But like once she got hit with the brick, it's like, all right, she's losing the match.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right, Eric, who do you got?
I said Powerhouse Hobbs.
He said Hobbs.
Clineth.
All right, mine's just gonna have to. I'll give the DP Damian Priest winning that fatal 4-way to become the number 1 contender.
That was a good win. He looked good. And I thought they might give it to Dominic, but I'm glad they went the way they went.
Oh yeah, I think that would have been like the worst squash match. And no,
I thought they were going to do like some kind of finish. It was going to be a 3-way.
Oh, yeah. That I could have saw them doing that too. But a nice definitive win for Priest is good. It's crazy. I've liked his booking better after losing the world championship than I liked it with him having it. But
well, I think he's learned from his mistakes from all those botches he was doing as champion. Technically, he lost that title twice in 2 different matches.
Yeah,
that is true. But I like Priest, and I like that they're giving him a big win here. He's not going to beat Gunther, but I still like it.
Anybody can beat Gunther after Crown Jewel, okay?
That's true. I don't have a problem with that like other people did. But I like Cody, so.
Yeah.
What it was is just because it was a shock finish. And like everybody's just expecting, Gunther can't lose for like a year or something like that. He's got to have a year title reign like Seth Rollins did, or he can't get pinned until WrestleMania. Or it's just like the guy has been pinned. Now this is what, twice since he's been on the main roster?
Yeah.
So like he still like looks strong. So people need to shut the fuck up and quit their bitching about him. I know it's ironic. I'm saying
he lost to the WWE champion.
Yeah, and Cody's like, why can't Cody get a couple big wins? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty cool to see him with the thing and with the big championship. Gunther's been booked great. He's the world champion for God's sakes. So
yeah,
I didn't have an issue with it.
Yeah, Cody's the face of the WWE right now. He should win.
I agree.
All right, so yeah, Cody. So what have you think? Because to tell you the truth, this title reign of Cody Rhodes is not as par I think people wanted it to be.
Yeah. You could tell Clinton really wants to make a point. He finally turned his camera on after a month.
You know what?
It's good. But no, yeah, I see where you're coming from though. It feels like they were trying to. I don't know.
I think what it is, as far as like the title reign, he doesn't have a lot of good heels to work with. They put all the good heels on Raw.
Yeah.
All right. They gave him the bloodline, which they desperately wanted to get over.
Mhm.
And Solo Sikoa is nothing more than the shit stain on Rikishi's old diaper he used to wear to the ring. And Jacob Fatu, I do like.
Yeah,
so
he's
I'm not gonna talk shit, pun intended, about Jacob Fatu. But you give him Solo Sikoa, who lost 75 matches before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And you give him Santos Escobar and Camarlo. Yeah, him too. Camarlo's more successful twin. And you give him Carmelo Hayes, who they blew that match off Carmelo's first night on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Right? And they took Nakamura off TV.
But I feel like he's had really good matches, just no real programs. Because like I like the Logan match a lot. I thought the stuff with AJ Styles was really good.
Yeah.
I just don't think they haven't had a big storyline for him to sink his teeth into. It's just like big matches in like France and shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's Kevin Owens thing could definitely help.
Yeah. And then you know Roman's gonna turn on him.
Yeah.
But here's what I'm thinking about when I look at that title reign. Do you ever notice that after someone like Roman Reigns, someone who has like a big time championship run, and they finally lose that title, how bland the next title reigns are?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's an example, and I really don't expect anybody to really understand except for you.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to get my hopes up
Wow.
again. But like when Hogan was champion, right?
Okay.
Hogan loses the title to Warrior.
Yes.
Now that roster at that time had really good heels that could work with Hogan.
Yeah.
Hogan worked a completely different style than Warrior.
Yeah.
Okay. Warrior was coming to the ring all high on cocaine and coffee. 4 clotheslines, a shoulder tackle, a gorilla press, a splash. That's it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's hard to be a babyface champion when that's all you're doing. And then like when you're doing that against heels that are like Savage and Perfect and DiBiase and Rick Rude and whoever else may have been on the roster at the time, which there was a lot of good mid-card heels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just more of it's just basically like you had this title reign where Hogan could adapt to everybody because Hogan could sell.
Yes.
Warrior's gimmick was not to sell unless it was merchandise.
That's true.
Okay. So now for anybody that is going to fucking send me hate mail that I just compared Cody Rhodes to the Ultimate Warrior.
I mean, but Cody's wrestling good matches. I really think that it is just they don't have a story for it.
Thank you for changing the subject.
Well, I see what you're saying because Cody and Roman is a different style. But Roman also had a lot of baby faces. And Roman also had the like privilege of like, oh, you can put him in a cage match with Rey Mysterio out of nowhere when Rey probably doesn't even need a title shot.
Yeah.
And then that just adds to the list of people that Roman beat. Cody, when The Rock comes back, that's when this title reign is going to ramp up, especially if they build towards them two or a triple threat or whatever.
Well, and that's the thing too, is that like that's where the comparison is that like you had Hogan with this big title reign and he could work with all these guys and all that, and he could work their style because he could do the selling. Warrior is a different type of Warrior was a different type of champion, so it really didn't mesh as well. And that's the thing. Roman had a lot of baby faces to work with.
Yeah.
And a lot of programs that they could sink into. And plus, also, Roman would be gone every few weeks. Cody's there every week.
Yeah.
He might not be wrestling every week,
but
he's there every week building or trying to build. The problem is that you can only build with the blocks that are provided to you. And they didn't provide him with a lot of blocks. They provided him with a lot of blockheads, but they didn't provide him with a lot of building blocks.
Yeah, he's done good stuff, though. I mean, it's just the fact that that story was so good. So when you end it, everyone's like, well, what's next? And
no. And that's what I feel like. I feel like that he doesn't really. All right, it's good that he needed. But I think Cody doesn't really need the championship. I think they're letting him have it to honor Dusty, which I respect. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad that he won it for the championship. But now it's like Cody to me can tell a story that he doesn't really need the title to be the head person on SmackDown. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
He didn't need the title. They didn't give him the title last year. He did fine.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
He
But I
did
think people
fine.
were just enjoying the chase of it. That's a problem. Like,
Well, yeah, but is that a Cody problem or is that a babyface problem in general?
I think it's a babyface problem, period. Because if you look at it, any babyface, it's always that long, drag out, wait 6-7 months until you finally get a big payoff. But you don't prepare to do it after next because what you gonna do? You don't do the automatic rematch call, so we're not gonna have like a trilogy like we did, like they used to do with Triple H, Batista, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H.
True. Yeah.
Brett and Shawn. You don't do that automatic rematch clause no more. And then when they do it, it's just like so bland that it's TV related.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
the chase is just more fun to watch.
Yeah. And plus, you also have to remember, too, is that now with the PLEs only having, only
3 hours,
5 matches. I mean, Crown Jewel was special for some reason at 7.
Yeah.
Because
6 in a segment.
Yeah.
I don't think you can count Randy and Kevin as an actual match.
Well, yeah, but I like the way they do that now because, like Gunther and Sammy wasn't on the pay-per-view, but then they gave it to you on Raw. I think they're spreading out their big matches good enough now.
Look at him on his camera right now. He's posing like he's posing for a calendar.
Oh my god! I'm trying to get comfortable. I just got off work. Leave me alone. No, goodbye.
I'm not knocking. I'm just saying.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I just fucked that up.
You're good at that.
I think we all are in some way.
I don't feel comfortable either sitting next to this fucking blockhead.
Well, I feel so sorry for you. I understand. I have medicine.
Come back, Cliff.
No, I'm good.
Oh.
Come back. All right, the major star. Asshole. All right, we're doing our top guy tier list.
I wasn't even insulting him. I was just saying because it looked like he was posing for a calendar.
It could be on what's the Pretty Boys? Oh, Pretty Deadly.
Yeah,
that's the third member. Are they still wrestling on SmackDown?
Yes, they had a match last week.
No, there you go. All right,
Kenneth knows that because he was auditioning to be the next member.
No, Doug. I hope you burn in hell one day.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You finally matched your energy. Oh my God, that was crazy. You're speechless on that one. All right, here we go. All right, our top guy.
I really have. There's really no response to that. I don't blame him for saying it. I really don't. I mean, what happened to us?
You still love each other somewhere deep down. All right.
Some days, yeah.
The top. Well, the beef's go. You need babyface and heels on the podcast too.
It's helping.
You're a good heel. The major star. So
I was before we went on air. That's for sure. You almost hit me in that with the microphone.
Well, it had to be done. The top. Clint, you weren't here for the tier list. We're doing top guys. So basically, not just main eventers, but guys that got the rocket ship on their back, the stars, the A-listers, people they tried to make A-listers, and we're going to rank them based on that. So on the screen, as you can see, we have the major star category. So far, we got Sting, John Cena, and Punk.
CM Punk.
CM Punk?
Yeah.
So the solid draw, we have Piper, AJ Styles, and Lex Luger.
Roddy Piper.
Yep. Good. Did they think I was talking about Piper Niven?
Yes, I
I'm just
was.
saying, you said AJ Styles and Lex Luger. You couldn't tell Roddy's first name?
I know Roddy's first name.
Well, I know Roddy. Everybody knew Roddy's first name. But you have to say,
the hot
You,
rod,
you
Roddy
actually think our fan base is smart?
yes, I do.
Piper.
I do think. I don't think. I know if you're talking. If they're children, yes, I understand. But I doubt children 5 or 6 are listening to us right now.
I hope to God they aren't. I hope not.
If not, we're getting a lot. If they are, we're getting a lot of letters.
Like the rest. All right. For good hands, we have Nick Aldis, Tommy Dreamer, Vader, The Miz, and Eddie Edwards. For head potential, we have Raven, Jeff Jarrett, Double J, R-Truth, and Adam Cole. For didn't work, we have Great Khali and Jinder Mahal. And for flop, we have the one and only Vladimir Kozlov.
Is somebody hosting a talk show in their living room?
What?
Global nga yan eh. Sinasabi nga ni Biden, US
I think it's Eric.
envy of the world.
What?
We're the best.
Eric, do you have your TV on? It was him.
It was Eric. It wasn't Clinton. I just muted Eric.
Yeah, good. My TV's on, but it's muted.
Eric,
my
turn
TV's
your
muted.
TV off.
It's not my TV.
Oh, okay.
It was my mom.
No,
Well, turn her off.
No, keep her on. Keep her on. All right.
We're good.
So that's the list, Clinton.
Okay.
All right, now we're gonna add to it. I'm gonna start throwing you guys names, and we're gonna have conversation, probably a lot of debate, and we'll see. We'll do a majority if it's 2 and 2. I don't fucking know, but we'll rank guys by how we see them as top guys. So we're not judging them on their whole run. If I'm bringing up Jeff Hardy, I'm not talking about the Hardy Boys in the Attitude Era. We're talking about the 2008 title run and the TNA stuff.
The whole career, basically.
Not the whole career.
Not the whole career, Clint. It's just basically when they were working on top, challenging for a world title.
Yeah, the big.
Okay.
Yep.
So world title runs or
Yes.
champion or yeah, okay.
Main
Or
event.
championship shots. Main event title.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
All right. And I don't think of a better place to start
Uh-oh.
with the one and only Solo Sikoa.
Well, I already said how I felt about him.
Okay.
Would you call him a poop stain or something?
A poop stain on his father's diaper.
Okay.
That's my point.
He's put the rocket ship on. They think he's a big star, and they're presenting him.
Well, his father thinks he's a big star, but his father's an idiot.
They main evented SummerSlam with him. He's going to be in War Games. They have big plans for Solo Sikoa. The fans might think otherwise, but how do we feel? Eric, I want your opinion first.
I agree with Doug. I think he's a stain in.
I was just going to say what I said. Actually, no, your mother might yell at you.
There's nothing
She's
wrong
no
with
longer
this.
here.
Okay.
All right, now then say it then. Come on.
She's just shit in his dad's diaper.
Clinton, what do you think he's above a diaper? Or?
Right. So as this with his new bloodline 2.0, I will say yes, he is a blood diaper because all he's being used. You have to admit he got a clean win this Saturday at Crown Jewel. You can't pass that up.
He did get a clean win.
He did get a clean win. He is rivaling to make known as facts, even though I think he's doing it overboard than when Roman was, and he was head of the table character.
Well, he's not even calling himself head of the table, is he? He's just calling himself the tribal chief.
Yeah.
The tribal chief, whatever you want to call it. That's his tribal chief, or whatever. And I think Jacob Fatu is more like a solo 2.0, but better.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu, I think, is more of the like complete package than Solo is.
Well, yeah, but Solo was there first, and you got to think. I give Solo a little bit of slack because he's filling really big shoes, and they put him into something to where now he's got to be the guy to go against Roman and Cody and the biggest stars. And
Well,
like,
technically, his feet are bigger than Roman's.
yeah, but his
I'm just
popularity isn't. Roman is the biggest star in the company over Cody right now. He's a bigger babyface than Cody. Roman's fucking huge. People love
And the
the
sad part is, as much people want to see Roman win a title, he doesn't need a title.
Not anymore. He's Hulk Hogan. He's the guy. Cody's not bigger than him. Nobody in that company is a bigger star than Roman Reigns. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
Yep.
He has
that's a
built
fact.
something for it's and I've
And
gone
the
on
sad-
record saying bad stuff, but he is the biggest star.
Well, I think it's when they finally embraced his heelish persona and finally gave fans let him be a heel.
Yes.
That's what pushed him. That's what finally pushed him over the edge. Like they was trying to force Roman as a baby face throughout the Shield and this single run to the point that nobody wanted to see babyface Roman, but
was
Vince
me.
McMahon.
I became a fan when he became a heel.
I think that's when everybody did. I think we became the tribal chief.
Yeah, and I think what it is too, and it could be you could say the same thing for the New Day. You bring the New Day in as baby faces, and they're not getting over. Just go with me on this. Don't give me the look.
Well, I just thought they started as heels, but
No, they started as baby faces at first. They got brought in 2014 as baby faces.
But nobody really liked them. They just booed them because it was just great.
Yeah.
okay.
So they booed the shit out of them. So then after WrestleMania 31, they decided it would help if I got on camera, right?
Yeah.
After WrestleMania 31, they decided, okay, you know what? We're going to turn you guys heel. So they go on this year-long heel run as champions, and you find out how annoying Xavier Woods is. Like, good Lord. He's Queen Latifah with genitals. And as you can tell, I'm not a big fan. But then because they started selling merch, people were buying their merch, and then they got over as baby faces, but they needed the heel run to get them over. Roman Reigns, as much as Vince McMahon wanted him over, he needed to be a top level heel first before he could be a top level baby face.
100%.
100%.
So once Vince remembered that that's what he did with the New Day,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, maybe we should try this with Roman.
But it's also, I feel like he shouldn't get the credit because fans were screaming for it for like 3 years.
Oh no, I'm not. I wouldn't give Vince credit for anything, except, unless he offed himself. Then I give him credit for that.
Because people wanted Roman to be
Certainly
heel.
applaud him.
People wanted Roman to be heel in like 2018, 2017. Like when I
I
first
think
came out
even
here, people
I
wanted
think
him.
even before that,
People.
That was before. I was there at that Royal Rumble. He won it. We booed him out of the stadium.
Yep, I was there too.
yeah, I was yelling at Eric the entire time. Believe it or not, nothing's changed in 9 years. Like fucking, I could hear the crowd. I'm watching it at home, right?
Yeah.
By the way, Eric asked me if I wanted to go. You cut your finger again?
No, it's an old cut.
Okay. Like I'm watching it at home. Eric wanted me to go to the Rumble, but I had a feeling I'm like, yeah, the Philadelphia crowd's gonna suck. So I didn't go.
Yeah, because my brother couldn't go.
Yeah.
It was snowing in at Penn State. So
Yeah. So and I'm watching it at home and I just hear everybody booing. So I texted Eric and I said, tell the people around you to quit being bitches and fucking just get over the fact. Because I'm not a Daniel Bryan fan either, so I could have cared less.
Yeah,
that he got eliminated.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, just tell everybody around you to quit being bitches, quit being a bitch yourself, and give the guy some slack. And Eric's like, no, we're pissed. And it's like, well, you're all a bunch of fucking babies.
But I mean, they weren't wrong. Roman didn't deserve it at that point in time, and he didn't deserve it until like now. Like he's finally popular. And 2020 and on, yeah, Roman was the best. But the 5 years before that, he really struggled, and they just kept forcing him. And eventually it worked. He really got good at his craft. But it took a while.
It took a while, and it took a fat guy.
It definitely took a fat guy.
A fat guy.
I think Heyman saved his career.
Wait, Eric, did you just ask what fat guy?
I said,
No.
a fat guy. I said a fat guy. Like, I can't believe you said that.
Well, Heyman's not necessarily a swimsuit model.
He's been getting bigger too.
Oh, I just can't believe you said that. A fat guy. It's like,
Well, he's fat. I mean, Jesus Christ! When he took the triple power bomb through the announce table, did you not see him waddle?
They almost needed 4.
I mean, Jesus Christ! He rolled around like a fucking snowball that gets bigger as it goes down the hill.
oh God.
We're still on the first name. So Solo Sikoa, what do we think?
If we were on Solo Sikoa, why weren't we just talking about Roman Reigns?
Because I brought up one question about Roman Reigns and we just started going on there.
It's a great point. Poor Solo even got fucking
He got overshadowed on his own bench.
it kind of like does show you that's what's happening in the WWE right now too. So
Then why are you trying to put him under major star?
I'm not. He's either a major star, a solid draw, a good hand. He has potential. He
A
has
flop.
or he. You think he's a flop?
I don't really think I will say this. I wouldn't. He has work to do. I would love to see him by himself without the bloodline, like the NXT. So if we're talking NXT, I will put him as like start because he was like one of the big names in NXT. But when he was just thrown in with family because everybody saw it coming with the bloodline.
Yeah, if they go full Umaga with him, and he, like, I just don't like. He reminds me of like too much of a supervillain than what he is now. He's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie, but some of his promos are, I don't know.
I feel like if he would have just stayed silent and not cut promos.
I can't put him in flop though. He has.
I'm gonna say I think he at least has potential.
I would say so too.
Yeah,
because SmackDown has been a great show, and he's been a focal point of that show. So whether you like SmackDown because of him or not, he's kind of one of the main characters.
I think they're using the name, the bloodline, and his family. That's why. I don't think it's because of Solo. I think it's just Samoan family we were invested in.
No.
Yeah.
I say
So
potential.
yes, I will say yes, it has potential. But what I want to see at the old NXT Solo, yes. Then let me see how that works out.
I agree with you. Solo Sikoa.
you almost put him as Salon Sikoa.
Maybe he works
That's
at a
fine with
school.
me.
What, him being known as Salon?
Yeah, why not?
he fucking comes to the ring in a perm. In a perm with fucking curlers in his hair. With a new pedicure.
All right. On to the next top guy, and we're going to go ECW. Sandman. Face of the company, multiple-time world champion.
And what's funny is he did all that in the early stages.
Yeah, but he was still a big deal in like 98,
Well,
99.
yeah, exactly, because he was like one of those staples. He always fought for the company.
Yeah.
Him and
Yep.
Tommy Dreamer both.
I put him in the same line as Tommy Dreamer.
Did we do Tommy Dreamer already?
I think we
Last
did.
week.
We said Tommy was a good draw.
So we did.
Or
Yeah.
a good hand, right?
Yeah, good hand.
All right.
Yeah.
So with Sandman, I can't say good hand because he's not that great of a wrestler. But especially for that ECW crowd, which is what we're judging on, I'm assuming, correct?
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what his time. Do you think anything he did in the WWE revival of ECW?
Just say yes or no. Don't make me answer my own question.
Well, sometimes you have to just to prove the point. That's all.
Yeah. He doesn't like when other people do that. But no,
Yes, I'm very hypocritical. Did we not realize this before we started the fucking show when you chucked the microphone at my head?
we don't
You
have,
deserved it.
thank you.
Not saying I didn't deserve it.
At least I'm the baby face. No, I think Sandman, he's a staple because if you don't care about wrestling and you're just going to ECW because it's cool and like edgy and shit, you're gonna love the Sandman.
Yeah.
There's something about
Yeah.
just smacking people with canes, drinking that crowd, that entrance to enter Sandman.
So, like, my thing is that, like, for the ECW crowd, obviously this is what we're judging it on because that's where he was the top star.
Yes.
He was a solid draw
Yes.
because people went to ECW thinking they were going to see Sandman as long as he was advertised and at least a little sober, to where it's just like, okay, we know what we're getting. We're here to see the Sandman.
Yeah.
Because we know he's going to be out in the crowd. We know he's going to be drinking, maybe grab a boob or a crotch or something.
He made drinking on TV cool before Stone Cold did.
Yeah. That's the thing. The Attitude Era, they stole ECW shit. And when it comes to drinking beers and being a badass, Sandman was doing it way before Steve Austin was.
Sandman made it cool, and then the people on Shameless made it shameful.
Stone Cold could wrestle, though. Sandman, he wasn't a great wrestler, and that's true. But there's something about the attraction of him coming out there, hitting some fucking kendo shots and just being a badass.
Yeah, he was just an entertaining guy.
He was an entertaining guy. He never really did it anywhere else, because like we were saying with Doug, Hardcore Hack isn't a main event attraction in WCW, and Sandman in WWE didn't really do anything.
Yep.
Besides Kane a Zombie. So, I thought this was good shit. He was good in ECW, but as far as an actual like top guy, since he's just like Tommy and he only did it in one place, I kind of have to judge him on that.
Yeah.
And
That's why I said the same line as Tommy Dreamer.
I might have just
or below.
No, he's a good hand. I'll put him into good hand.
He didn't just have potential because Sandman, people did pay money to see the Sandman.
Well, that's why I'm saying. That's why I said he was a solid draw in ECW.
That's true, but that's a higher tier.
But that's also what I mean. Again, I mean, whatever you guys decide, I'm just one vote. There's 3 other people. I mean, I question the validity, but
I don't know if we can put Roddy Piper, AJ Styles, and Lex Luger in Sandman. You know what I mean?
No.
Not to be a dick.
Well, hold on. Let me just
Go ahead, fight for him.
At least I feel like I'm more justified fighting for him than I was Khali last week.
You should have heard that. That was terrible.
Wait, Ali?
Yeah, case.
I was making a case for great. I was making a case for great Khali.
Oh God. Wait, are we talking about? Wait, I would love because I know I'll probably back you up on that case if I was here last week.
Jesus Christ!
Oh God.
I'm walking.
This show has gone to hell.
Well, you're the ringleader, so there.
That's true.
Wait, when did I become the clown in the middle ring? All right, so
I'm putting him under good.
Well, hold on. You said I could make the case.
You can, and I'll take it away if it's a good.
All right. You have Roddy Piper, AJ Styles, Lex Luger in there, right?
Yes.
Was Piper ever known for his wrestling? Yes or no?
That's a great point. No.
Okay. He was known as a promo guy, and he could get the crowd riled up.
Yes.
Correct?
Correct.
Sandman was known for getting the crowd riled up.
But he didn't have the mic skills that Roddy
He
had.
did not have the mic skills that Roddy had, no. But
Nor did he have the wrestling skills either. So there.
Piper didn't really have wrestling skills, though.
My point is, Piper got the crowd riled up. Sandman, he gets the crowd riled up. He doesn't have mic skills. He doesn't really have the wrestling skills. He just gets the crowd rally.
Roddy is not a ring technician. I agree with you on that, but he has classic matches. I don't know if Sandman does.
Yeah, I'm just saying is that because I'm just basing my opinion on the arena that he was in, okay,
I hear
where he was over, ECW arena.
Yes.
All right. And I understand, putting him with Roddy Piper and AJ Styles and Lex Luger, one of these things doesn't belong. But the thing is, Roddy Piper was never a great wrestler. It was his promo and riling the crowd up.
Some say Luger isn't that great either.
Luger, not necessarily a great wrestler, but he looked great. Promos were okay. AJ Styles, phenomenal wrestler. Obviously, that's where the name comes from. Promos, as long as he had a good situation to talk about, and as a heel, his promos were really good. Okay.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that, like, you call these guys solid, they're all solid draws for different reasons. Piper's a solid draw because of his mic skills and his ability to piss people off. I mean, maybe I'll be a solid draw someday with my ability to piss people off.
Well, Doug just
great.
swayed me. I agree with him now.
He's kind of getting me too.
All right. AJ,
You guys are
solid
weak.
draw.
Clintus like, fuck you guys.
Clintus is like, what the hell?
What? I'm listening to this thing. I'm like, I know you're gonna not persuade by this. I'm like,
Me and Eric are like, oh.
Yeah.
Go
AJ
ahead.
Styles, solid draw because of his wrestling skills.
Yeah.
Lex Luger, solid draw because of his look
Yes.
and because of who he was associated with. Sandman, solid draw due to how he could get the crowd invested.
My one question, and that's going to really is Sandman a bigger star than Tommy Dreamer?
Yeah.
I think I might agree with that. Yeah. I guess
oh, time out. All right. So you say rally the crowd. All right. We're talking ECW's crowd is totally different than WWE and WCW at the
Now,
time.
all right. So I'm going to address it, and I'm going to try not to get riled up. Well, I'm going to get riled up, but I'm going to try to be respectful because I wasted all my disrespectfulness before we went on air. Okay.
You're doing great.
But
We love you.
all right.
No, I was just making that one point.
Well, and that's the thing, and that's a good point. But also, too, because we are judging on where they were top guys.
Yes.
And okay,
ECW, they were in a top guy. So if it was like, if solid draw ECW was a different category,
You're right.
then Sandman was a solid draw in ECW.
Because more people paid
Okay.
money to see Sandman than they did Eddie Edwards.
Yes.
all right. On that point, just that one factor right there, I'll say I'll give you my permission to go.
Let's do it. Yeah, because you're right. Because he was the face of that company, and it was a big company. Yeah, he didn't do it anywhere else. But like we said already, we're not judging the
I wanted to.
work.
Well, I was going based on that one fact. That's all I wanted to clear up.
Yeah. Now, hold on. Before we go any further here, and I promise I will not dwell on this. Did I just win an argument?
You kind of. I think we just kind of
Wait a minute.
I think it's
Yes,
more
you did.
to move on, but I think it's we just
Yeah.
want to get on to the next thing. But yeah, you won.
Just wanted to move on to the next thing. I mean, I was vetoed 3-1. You could have fucking.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? We was nice enough to let you have it. Okay.
Yeah,
We just want to go on to the next person. Next.
that was good though.
Yeah.
All right.
Good job, Doug.
Thank you.
Next up, a WCW talent. This guy brings the bang. DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, one of the bigger stars of the late '90s. When they say WCW didn't make anybody, I point at this guy. When they're like, "Oh, they didn't make anybody but Goldberg." What about DDP? He wasn't big because of WWE.
All right. Does somebody else want to go first before I get on a soapbox here?
What's your DDP take, Clement?
All right. So my DDT pick, I would put him as a solid draw. I wouldn't say major, like the major star, but a solid draw because people did pay to see DDP. He put on great matches, excellent as a face, And the rivalries he had in WCW was, I think, some of the best.
Yep.
Well, and the funny thing is that I'm kind of bouncing between solid draw and good hand. But I do think that, especially in that 97, 98, maybe 99, because they didn't really start sucking in 99 till like July, August.
And he didn't win the title till 99.
Right.
Until they started sucking.
Yeah, exactly. But because he had such good matches and he got over working with Savage and Hogan, and he had made Goldberg look the best up to that point. That makes him a solid draw. Because also, by the way, he could cut a promo.
Yep.
He could cut a promo.
Great promo.
Get the crowd invested. And by the way, ring work, pretty damn good. So when you have those three factors.
He also had a hot wife.
Well,
You don't like Kimberly, but she is hot.
No, she is hot. I'm just saying that doesn't necessarily make you a solid draw.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it, yo.
It does if you're Bubba the Love Sponge.
Well,
I just wanted to put it out there.
Yeah. But I mean, but that notwithstanding, I mean, all right, so I guess you could add a fourth element. So I guess fucking anyway. But with the three important elements, not necessarily the hot wife, but that makes him a solid draw just because of the fact that he could do all those things. And yes, like the Sandman, it was done in the one place, but it was done where he was a huge deal.
100%.
So if this was like if we were judging by like the entire career, obviously he would be a lot lower, just like Sandman would be. Because we're judging on where they were top guys, he would be a solid draw as well, just because he had all three factors.
Yep, I put him in solid draw too.
Yeah.
He was one of my favorite guys in WCW, so absolutely.
He's not as much as I would like to say he's a major star, and he kind of was in WCW. To me, to be in that major star category, all three of the guys we have in there so far, everywhere they went, they were on top. Everywhere. Sting in WWE, even though he had two matches, it was two marquee fucking matches.
Yeah.
Fucking John Cena, he never went anywhere else, but Punk, everywhere he's gone, he's the guy.
Yep.
To me, that you have to have that level. And DDP, he couldn't do it in WWE. It was their fault because they turned him into a stalker, into a fucking weirdo that wants to fuck the Undertaker's wife. But which I liked that gimmick as a kid for some reason. I guess I'm a sick bastard. But
runs in the family.
But I really, in WCW, he was the guy. Him and Macho is one of my favorite rivalries. I think he's a solid draw. I would agree.
Yeah.
You can't put him under Sandman. All right. We got
Is that the first one we all agree with?
I think so.
Oh, shit.
Doug didn't have to fight on that one. Next up, we have a guy who worked his ass off to get to this spot. And he finally got it. He finally finished his story.
This is going.
And he became one of the greatest professional wrestlers and one of Doug's favorites, Daniel Bryan.
Oh, son of a...
You know where I'm going.
You know?
You don't even have to ask me.
This one's for Eric. Listen, if we're going to judge him properly as a top guy, he does share that with the other three. He has been the main guy everywhere he went.
Well, and that's the thing, is that you cannot, again, I don't like him personally.
Yes.
But then again, there's a lot of people I don't like personally. We're doing a show with a couple of them.
Come on.
Hey.
I thought we had a great hour.
Yeah. No, we're having a great hour. That doesn't mean I actually have to like you guys.
You love all of us.
Love, yes. Like, no. But anyway. But the thing is that I don't like Daniel Bryan personally, or Bryan Danielson or whatever, because he's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But he is for Eric, for somebody like Eric, and there's nothing wrong with having Bryan Danielson as your favorite wrestler, because that's who you like, and you should not be judged. I'm gonna judge you for other things, not that. But what he did in Ring of Honor, top guy there.
Yeah.
All right. Got over his wrestling skills. And by the way, he could get the crowd invested in what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. When he got to WWE, when they would let him get over, he got the great wrestler. His promos weren't half bad. His promos were pretty good. And he got the crowd. That yes movement, by the way, is another way for a crowd to get involved.
Yep.
And the fact that he's done it twice now in the big stadium in front of the people and had his Cody Rhodes moment twice. WrestleMania 30 and and fucking All In.
Yeah, and by the way, he did both of those on a bad neck.
Yeah, and he was the guy and like fucking 50,000+ people both times were screaming his fucking name, going yes, yeah. Like, to me, if that's not a major star, I don't know what is. And this is the first ever like independent darling that people loved on YouTube, and people he is a fucking huge star. Even if you like him or don't like him, like he has been a main attraction wherever he's went, and he's made a big impact. Like it's hard to
we got a bunch of comments.
Oh shit! I haven't been even. Oh, Sean's been. Brian sucks. Guess I'll go fuck myself.
Well, you can go fuck yourself. No, I'm just joking.
What were we talking?
You said I'm pretty hot earlier. We were getting too passionate. I'm sorry, Sean. Brian's not terrible. Whether you like him or not, he's still a major star. We're talking about these guys in terms of top guy status. If you're a top guy, you're a top guy. And Brian, wherever he's gone, has always been even the one WrestleMania where fucking Roman beat the shit out of a couple of guys. Who was one of the guys?
Daniel Bryan.
It was Daniel Bryan.
And that's the thing, is that like he had his moments. Now, unfortunately, when he after he had the big moment at Wembley, they repaid him by Moxley trying to fucking kill him. Which I really don't want to get started on that. Like, I'm a huge Jon Moxley guy.
Yeah.
Or I was. I don't like this Blackpool Combat Club bullshit. I like the group, but they don't need to fucking. First of all, you're killing the wrong people. If you're going to put a plastic bag over somebody's face and fucking suffocate them, let it be Christian Cage. Get him off the fucking TV, or kill the fucking learning tree or whatever the fuck. But don't kill the good parts about AEW.
Yeah.
Kill the bad.
Kill Jericho.
Yeah. Get him out. And like, yeah. And fucking like the whole. I mean, the Blackpool Combat Club has just turned into the Blackpool fucking Necrophilia Club.
You're not wrong there.
Well, they might as well. I mean, fucking the only reason why Marina Shafir's with the group is because Jon Moxley likes looking at her feet.
You're killing me today.
How does Renee feel about that?
He did talk to her about it. He basically said, because Marina at one time wrestled barefoot, and it was actually Moxley's idea. It's like, you should take your socks off. What? That was an actual thing that he had said.
In front of his wife?
Yeah, on her podcast.
Oh, okay.
I don't disagree
with what Sean just said. I think if he didn't have that segment with the Authority, he wouldn't have became so big. Well, yeah, because the Authority were holding him down, and the crowd really liked. The crowd started getting behind him because he was the underdog now. Yeah. So, I mean, as far as where to put him on the tier list, I would say major star because of how over he was in every place.
100%.
But yeah, we need to get off this Blackpool Combat Club thing before I go on another fucking soapbox.
I think he's a major star. Even like as the bad guy with the plant championship and shit, I think he's always been a big deal. Go ahead, Clem.
Yeah, I agree. I say Daniel Bryan is a major star. If you try to put up anything else, you guys are just being really rude and ignorant to his abilities in wrestling.
We know where Eric's putting him.
Yeah, I already said major star.
Yeah, he's putting him on a pedestal in his bedroom.
It's a good top tier we got developing, though.
Yes.
I'm too fat. I can't get it.
Well, then stop trying. All right. The next name on the top guy tier list is somebody that is another former AEW champion who has also been presented as kind of a big deal wherever he's went. Samoa Joe.
Ooh.
A big deal in TNA. He even like wrestled in the main event in WWE. He's gone against Brock Lesnar. Great Balls of Fury. He's fucking had a main event program with AJ for the title. AEW champion.
The issue with him was injuries. I mean, same thing with Bryan Danielson, but his issue with in WWE was injuries.
Yeah, and
Unfortunately.
yeah, but also too. I mean, remember the run he had in NXT.
Yeah, was great.
So I think the only thing that keeps him off of major star is because of the fact that he really wasn't. I mean, yeah, he had the main events in WWE, but he wasn't the Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No. He just wasn't presented. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that, you know, he was a Triple H guy, but he wasn't a Vince guy.
Yeah.
And I mean, Vince McMahon fucking released him after he, you know, called WrestleMania and was really good at it. But, you know,
He went in a poncho for that man.
yeah, fucking, you know, you make Joe look stupid by putting him in a poncho, and then what do? It's 6 months later, you fucking fire his ass. Or 6 days later, or whatever the fuck. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing right now.
Are you okay? What the hell's going on?
I'm going to disagree with you, though.
Oh, shit.
I think he's a major
Disagree with what? I don't even know what the hell I'm saying.
I'm going to say major star because with that feud with Kurt Angle, I think made him a star. A huge star. And then he was solid in WWE/NXT. And then he went to AEW, won the championship there, and he was still a star. He was pretty solid in ROH too. So 4 different companies.
Right, and he was
The AEW
he was
sucked, though.
he was a major star in Ring of Honor and in TNA and in NXT.
Yep.
In
The 3
AEW, he was more transitional than anything. WWE, it just never really clicked, even though he tried. They didn't, but he did.
Yeah.
So
He's just in a bad era.
yeah. So I mean, I can understand where you would say major star. I mean, I think I can understand it. I really have no idea what the hell's going on right now. I might be having a heart attack.
Are you drunk?
I don't know what. No, I'm not drunk. What the hell is in that? Did somebody spike the maple syrup?
No, I don't think anyone's fucked
I think Doug's finally seeing the light, people.
up. Just calm down and relax.
Yeah, Clint, if I'm seeing
Hashtag
the light
Doug
now,
sees the light.
I got to make sure not to walk towards it.
I think your heart's beating fine.
Right.
All right. I don't know what the hell's going on. Should we say good hand? I think he's just a good hand.
What do you think, Kenneth?
I'm thinking major star. I'm free. Major top 12. Top tier.
Samoa Joe?
Yes.
Oh.
Who paid a lot of money to see Samoa Joe?
Obviously, these two.
I don't know.
know.
TNA.
Oh, Samoa's.
I just
I'm based. If you're saying we're going to judge him based on his top tier, he was one of the top guys in TNA.
All right. Now, hold on. When you said who pays a lot of money to see Samoa Joe, Eric just said TNA. Here's the thing.
TNA made $12.
TNA's tickets were $1 a piece. Okay? They didn't pay top dollars. As a matter of fact, when he left, they owed him $60,000. So they owed him top dollar, but they didn't pay him top dollar.
Quit getting so big.
Hey, man.
Yourself a
That's
shot.
why it's called IOUs. All right? IOUs. Learn it. Next.
There's no way. I'll go to solid draw, but I
Okay.
cannot say major star.
All
I
right.
don't think
Fine, fine.
he never made
I'll agree with Solid Star, but you're just doing it wrong. Go ahead. Next.
Yeah. I'll go to major. I'll go to solid draw too.
Okay. Because I think he's on the level of a DDP. Samoa Joe. That was a controversial one. You okay? Feeling better? Take a couple drinks of water or something.
I tried to make my case, but
That was scaring the shit out of me.
Hey, it's always good to have a disagreement.
Yeah, even if it kills the host.
It's been an insane hour, that's for sure.
Are you okay, Doug?
I don't know. How the hell am I going to read 50 pages tomorrow night?
I don't know. I think this might be one of our better episodes, though.
Yeah, and it started with you almost walking out.
No, it didn't. Quit peeling the curtain. We can't break kayfabe. All right, next up.
Well, we're not going to get sued by Cornette.
That's true. Next up.
He'd love this episode.
Yeah, he would. I love you.
I'll send it to him.
You're doing great. Don't die.
Yeah.
I want him to have a more positive time when you go. It's not gonna be for a long time. Kofi Kingston.
I'm just gonna say off the top. I'm just gonna say, even though I did like his title run, I didn't like how it ended. But I'm gonna say, what the hell's playing the flute? I'm gonna say good hand.
Yeah,
They
I agree.
They fucked him. I might even say had potential because he got his Daniel Bryan moment and he got to beat Daniel Bryan, but I don't know. That WrestleMania is just not one of my favorites. I'd have to go back and really judge.
Yeah, but it was also a day long.
Yeah. That's when they're like, we got to make this shit 2 days. But I love Kofi.
Well, the pandemic helped.
Yeah. I love Kofi. I think that Kofi's done a great job. A phenomenal job. Eric's scared, or Sean's scared now.
Sean, are you enjoying the show?
I don't know. Elite Doc. He's a hell of a streamer himself. Check out his shit whenever he does shit. Check it out. Kofi's a hard one. When they tried, you remember we went to that Raw when they tried and he destroyed that.
He destroyed
car.
Orton's car because he got the victory over Jericho. Then Orton attacked him, and then they gifted him with a car.
Yes.
And then Kofi, he spent 5 minutes stomping on it, and then poured orange paint all over it. And then I think he scratched it with a key, right?
Yeah. Kofi fucked that
I
car.
thought that
up.
was Jeff Hardy that did that to Orton's car. Or did he do something else? At one time.
My boy.
He
did something else.
He did something else. Yeah, no, it was Kofi that destroyed Orton's race car.
We were there for God's sakes.
Because I remember Jeff Hardy did something similar.
I think it was somebody else's car, though, not Orton's.
Okay.
Man.
So where are we putting him? I mean, I said good hand. It depends on where everybody else wants to go. I mean, I have no problem losing one.
I say good hands.
Or we
Either good
I
hands or
think
solid draw.
Go ahead.
I say good hand. I will agree with you, little good
he
hand.
just got fucked over. He should not be in the New Day still. That should not have been his character. He gave you his all for that title run. He really tried. You fucking jobbed him to Brock in seconds and then told him to fuck back off to the tag division. He's one of the more screwed over talents in modern history because Kofi's always been good. And now he's doing bullshit with Xavier Woods still and like helping Xavier go on a heel run where he's going to be a heel jobber. And Kofi's always been the best in that group. And I love Big E too, but Kofi earned that title reign, and he earned to be in the main event picture longer. He was the guy, the workhorse that kept WWE when it was hurting. Him and Dolph Ziggler and those guys.
Mhm.
So I feel I'm down with putting him in good hand.
If he had a longer title reign, or if it wasn't for Brock, I would probably put him in solid draw.
Yeah, I finally got to that episode of SmackDown that was like, oh my god.
I'm sorry, Clint.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You feeling better now?
I
You
think
okay,
so.
Doug?
You're gonna have the whole Wrestling Through the Years family worried for you. Even if we wanted to body slam you an hour ago. Next up, we have.
Clintus wanted me to burn in hell. I'm almost
I'm making that into a short. Clint is saying that, and then you fucking almost collapsing. That'll be great.
You should.
hell do it. Fine with me, I think. All right, who's
He-
next on this?
You just
thing?
call it burn hell.
the next name we have on the top guy tier list.
I got one.
Who do you got?
Kevin Nash.
Oh, Big Sexy.
Oh, here we go.
He's one of my favorites.
All right.
Or Big Diesel,
Get the
whichever you
banging.
want to. This is interesting because you could look at it different ways here because you got your WWE run, WF run, and then WCW.
Yeah.
All right.
'Cause you got
So,
him-
or go ahead, Eric.
because you got him as Diesel, and then you got him as Kevin Nash.
And you got to remember the Diesel run really wasn't that good because it was in an era where they just weren't drawing well.
Very true.
And he's wrestling against guys. You know, he had their WrestleMania match with Shawn Michaels, which was okay. You have a couple of stinkers with Sid.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, and it's just because they're big guys. They can't.
Well, he gets lazy, but I do love Nash. And there's something when he flips the hair back and he hits the jackknife and the big boot. And he has always been a big star. Diesel was cool, and maybe he wasn't the most drawing champion. It was a hard time in the business. But he also is responsible for one of the biggest, most popular. I went to school with kids, and I went to school way after the NWO. And I still went to school with kids that wore NWO shirts. Yeah, NWO is one of the best-selling shirts, next to Steve Austin. People love the NWO. So
Yep.
it's hard to say that I don't can't put him towards major star, if not at least solid draw. Because maybe he did kill that company. Maybe he is one of those guys. And maybe
I'm going to say solid draw.
and TNA. But I love the matches with Triple H in the WWE. He's always been presented as a big deal, and he's always felt like a big deal. And I'll still say to this day that him beating Goldberg's streak did not put the nail in the coffin. And that was over as hell. That audience loved that.
Yeah.
That popped so fucking hard when he hit him with the jackknife.
Yeah.
So hard.
So, my thing about it is this. In WCW, I believe he was a major star. Just because of what he did.
He was more than a major star.
Just because of what he did with Goldberg. And he had, during his title run, I still think that, when he had the match with Savage, it was pretty good. Even though they did all that crap with the Team Madness bimbos and Sid coming out, but he knew how to, and plus he was a decent promo.
Decent promo.
So I just think that the Diesel stuff was just, again, it was a bad time in the business, and you had guys that you were building up as monster heels that were fucking useless. All due respect to Sid, rest in peace. No due respect to Mabel. He was a fat, lazy piece of shit. But rest in peace.
I was about to say he passed too.
Yeah.
No respect to Mabel.
Yeah. He passed away because he couldn't get a role on My 700-Pound Life and couldn't get help. I'm going to hell.
Is that true?
No, I mean, he was fat as shit, but
No, I know that.
yeah.
The other part you said was not.
No, the other part was me just being full of shit.
Okay. Just making sure.
That's so good.
Sometimes I can't tell.
And I like it that way.
I know.
That's amazing.
Eric's like, yeah, I know. You should have died of a heart attack earlier. You're sick as shit.
What the fuck's going on?
Yeah. I'm used to Doug being an asshole to me.
Well, we know.
You defend yourself, Eric, man. Don't let that man push you around. Just push him down the hill.
Push him down a hill. That'll show.
Don't worry, I hit back sometimes. Don't I, Doug?
Yeah, you do.
Eric's a dick.
Just remember, Humpty Dumpty, Eric. Humpty Dumpty.
That feels like a weird pull.
That's a short too.
I think it just has to do with the fact that I'm bald and kind of have an egg head.
Actually, it's the other way around. I think wrong host. Did you have one on accident?
I don't think I took one.
All right. Did we put this guy anywhere?
I mean, I put my head up my ass.
Kevin Nash is at least a solid draw, if not a major.
Yeah, solid draw.
Yes, I'll give you a solid draw.
Logan Paul might not.
Well,
know
just
who
as long as Clineth agrees, it's all.
Kevin Nash was a big deal.
Yeah.
And he was a star. WCW was the biggest game in town. They were beating WWE's ass cheeks.
You
And-
almost hit me.
For almost 2 years.
Oh, God forbid a tube of kitty litter or kitty catnip.
That's what I took.
Nash is a big deal. All right. Next up, let's get somebody who sucked. And you kind of brought him up earlier. What do we think of Mabel's run?
Ass.
Was it a
Ass
flop?
cheeks.
Oh yeah,
Flop. Big flop.
major flop. Because here's the thing: you have a 565-pound guy
It's insane.
who, the Men on a Mission thing was cool. They had Oscar, they wrapped in a ring and all that. He wasn't that good as a babyface. So you turn him heel, you have him win the worst King of the Ring in history. In a King of the Ring tournament where you have Undertaker and Shawn Michaels in the tournament, and you have them both go out first round.
Yeah.
And your main event match is Mabel and Savio Vega is your final.
Say what? Did you say that right?
Mabel and Savio Vega.
Wow.
Yes, I
I'm
said
glad I
it.
missed that.
Maple and Savio Vega.
So, but you have him win the King of the Ring tournament because you want him to work with Diesel. The thing is that Diesel, one, he's not going to be able to jackknife him.
Yeah.
And two, like Mabel was very unsafe in the ring because he did not know how to use his weight properly.
Yep.
I mean, he shattered the Undertaker's orbital bone, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, he did.
and he hurt a bunch of. I mean, he hurt Nash's back. So yeah, he was a major flop.
Didn't
What
work
do you
out.
what do you say they were trying to make him like the next Yokozuna?
Yeah.
Well, they still had the other Yokozuna. I mean, he was getting to the point to where he could only fit one ass cheek on a bus.
But it's fucked up. They wanted to send Yoko to Fat Camp, but they were having Mabel as in the main event and shit.
Yeah.
Did they ever send Mabel to Fat Camp?
No, they should have.
Big Daddy V.
They should have sent him the dumb fuck.
All right. The Love Machine worked though. I know that's not a top guy run, but
Oh yeah, it definitely worked when you fucking ass rape Jonathan Coachman. or fucking ass rape Maven and then fire him the next week.
that's a good way to go. It's how most companies do it. He knew how to use his. I can't fucking do that.
Technically, I know how to use my weight at Burger King too.
Yeah, Burger King's a big deal.
Have
King
it your
of
way.
What if Mabel's ghost just comes back and haunts him?
What are you? The
Well, no,
computer just shakes?
it's not going to haunt Clineth because Clineth is staying silent on this, and I don't blame him.
What did you think of Mabel?
I agree. He was one of the poor talents, main big guys out there. I wasn't a big fan, especially of the King of the Ring that he won. I think it just really, for whoever wins King of the Ring is supposed to really rejuvenate Tim. It just ruined it.
Yep.
He's not wrong.
Who's that?
I mean, mainly because I said it too. So
Clinton said it better. All right.
well, duh.
Next up. You ready?
Yeah, you're gonna put him in flop.
I already did.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
All right. Oh yeah.
Oh,
The Macho
major
Man,
star.
Randy Savage.
Major star. I mean,
Major
if
star.
anybody wants to argue with me on that, you're gonna push me over the edge. And by the way, Clineth, I will take you with me.
Well, you'll lay it first, and I'll have something to bounce off of. That's all.
Yeah.
How much do you weigh?
Don't worry about it.
You wait.
I weigh 245.
A respectable 245.
And the reason why Clineth turned off his camera earlier is probably because he might go a little north of that.
I know. The reason I turned off my kid because I want to get comfortable and lie on my bed and relax.
And take his clothes off.
No,
You're not naked, are you?
no.
All right.
Damn.
Because I'm going to the party if we're getting off. We're all getting naked.
Yeah, we're keeping the camera on.
God help us.
I don't even think he can.
Mabel was a flop. You ready for the next one?
Well, yeah, we're talking about Macho.
Oh, yeah. He's a major star.
That's not even a question.
He's a major star.
Well,
Everything
well,
he did-
yeah, it wasn't necessarily formed in the form of a question. It was just kind of
If Hulk Hogan
mentioned.
never existed, he would have been the guy to bring WWE into and to go mainstream in the rock and wrestling.
yeah.
He was already that anyway, but without Hogan, just held him back his whole career. But Macho Man was always the fucking man. He was always a main star. Snap into a Slim Jim. He was a big fucking deal always. Macho
Good on the
Man,
mic, good in the
the
ring.
ultimate, and he's the ultimate wrestler's wrestler. Like, especially when you think of that hokey style of like, oh, yeah, like he was just so loud and awesome. Do you agree, Cliff?
Yes, I do agree.
And a beautiful.
Well, I do think.
Elizabeth.
Well, I do think Marshall Man is a top star. So yeah.
Has he had classic matches too? You damn right.
Yep.
Oh, I thought you were getting ready to. I thought you were asking that. It's like, wait a minute. You followed it as much as I did. What the fuck? And the thing is, too, is that he also is willing to help, even if he's going over on a guy, he's willing to help make them look strong.
Yeah.
Like, there was a time he worked a match with Bobby Eaton on Worldwide.
Yeah.
It's around 98-ish, 97, 98-ish. And it was going to be one of those, okay, Savage, they tell Savage, are like, all right, it's going to be majorly a squash. You're just going to beat the hell out of him and you're going to win. And he's like, oh, let Bobby get some let Bobby get some of his moves in. Yeah. And Eaton's even looking at him like, are you kidding? Like, you're the Macho Man Randy Savage. I've been doing jobs since they kicked me out of the Blue Bloods. And he's like, Bobby, you've been a good mentor to me my entire career. Because he looked up to Bobby Eaton in the Midnight Express, like when he first got in.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was heavily influenced by that. So he let Bobby get some offense in. I mean, not a lot, but
A little bit.
yeah. And so he's always been willing to, to work with people. Unlike his contemporary Mr. Hogan.
Yeah, he's always been the like good one. And then like he's the one that's not arrogant. And then you got Hogan. You got Big Hoagie.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He knows what I mean. All right. He's the best. Should we do a little bit of a speed round since we got SmackDown coming up soon?
Oh yeah, we got a few minutes till SmackDown, so if we can make it a speed. Now
this
is
is
just
a fun one.
This one is just we're just going fast, right? We're not actually going to do speed because I don't know if my heart can take it.
Depends on how the night goes. We're gonna each say a sentence. So I'm gonna bring up a name. Clint's gonna say the first thing. Eric's gonna say the second thing. Just one sentence, and then Doug, you say something, and then we all say where we would put them. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it have to be a full sentence, or can it just be a couple of words?
It can be a couple of words. I know that's a lot.
Well, sentences are made of a couple of words, John. This is the go back to English class.
Did you just call me Jug?
You jughead.
Well, technically, all right. So it's actually funny that he said that because in the cartoon thing tomorrow, where you and I, Daniel, are both characters, the character I based off me is actually named Jug.
Plug. Make sure to check that out tomorrow.
So Clint just plugged it by accident.
When tunes combined. Great show.
You can call me Professor X, yo.
That was pretty dope. All right, speed round.
He's back in my good graces again.
There you go. Well, that's all anybody wanted.
I don't think he cared.
I don't think he did it. That's okay. All right. Ready?
Uh-huh.
Right.
For what?
Mike Awesome.
Who's going
Good
first?
hand. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. I was going to say Clint, then Eric, then you.
Oh.
I will say good hand. Nothing too big about it, but yeah.
Good hand because, yes, he was over in ECW, but I don't think he got the time to fully develop.
Yeah.
So I would just say good hand.
Yep. I say good hand too. He was a solid wrestler. And
Japan and ECW, he was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was Mike Awesome. See what I did there?
Very good.
Ooh.
Alberto Del Rio.
Oy. As far as his ring work goes, he was a good hand. As far as his attitude goes, it didn't work.
Yeah, we don't need to go there. But
Is a top guy.
Good hand.
good hand.
I'd almost say didn't work.
I will say good hand. I mean, just based on the wrestling alone. I mean, he was in there. He can turn a show into a boring show into a great one with just his wrestling skills, let alone.
I completely disagree. 3-1. I thought he was a part of a lot of bad shit. But
Since this is a speed round, are you not fighting for that like I did for Sandman earlier?
well, because like him and Jack Swagger is fucking. By the way, Jack Swagger.
Had potential.
No, I think it didn't work.
I'm gonna agree. Oh my god, I'm gonna agree with Clinton.
I like that we the people.
Me too, but that wasn't a top guy thing.
Eric's
You
defending.
know what? I did like We the People. Don't get me wrong. I loved We the People. That's the only thing I like about it. But it just,
The funny
But
thing
it
is,
just didn't work.
I'm not
Besides
gonna
out of that,
I'm not going to shut up and let me talk. No, I remember working with you, and you used to put your hand over your chest and go, "We the people." So I know you were a fan of We the People.
We
What
the
were you saying?
people.
He thought
We
I
all
was
do-
getting ready to insult him.
Can we all do it once?
We the people.
we the people.
We the people.
We the people.
That was-
Oh yeah, we all did it.
That was perfectly synchronized. All right, we'll put him in didn't work.
The biggest bunch of dumb fucks.
Speak for yourself. All right.
I mean, I am.
It was probably the funniest show we've done on YouTube.
Brock Lesnar.
Major Star.
Because he would do that to me if I didn't say Major Star, but his would be a lot more forceful and I wouldn't no longer have a left nipple.
Oh God, are you scared of Brock Lesnar?
Yes.
Doug's a pussy. And that's okay. So is Brock a top major star?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I'm not going to say because I'm afraid of Brock Lesnar.
Plymouth could kick his ass.
It's not like that. I just watched Brock Lesnar get his butt kicked by Rey Mysterio with a lead pipe. Leave me alone. I don't remember that. Just got finished watching it.
It's true.
Well, as long as he has a reference point to check.
Booker T.
I hate the man, but I think he was a solid draw.
I'll say major star.
I'm gonna say good hand.
You're gonna have to break the tie on this one.
Well, technically, it would make a tie if I agree with Clint. There's only 4 of us, you dipshit. But
What?
No, because I said solid draw. Eric said good hand.
oh, okay, he had potential. No, I'm just kidding. I'm inclined to agree with. Oh fuck!
Come on, just come to the good side. That's all.
I do want to, Clint. Let me talk it out because he's another one that got screwed over. He should have won the belt at WrestleMania 19.
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, look who he was going against.
I know.
All right.
That
All right,
was probably the worst part of the Reign of Terror is that they did that to Booker T because he deserved it. He had the momentum. And that was a good WrestleMania besides that.
Yeah.
5-time WCW champion, but WCW sucked when he was the champion. Great as the Harlem Heat and stuff. He belongs as a major star because of King Booker.
Yeah.
I love King Booker. King Booker!
But I thought his TNA run flopped.
We're not going by TNA, all right?
I know.
Eric almost just got his ass kicked.
Clintus directed his anger at everybody. Out of him.
Booker was a big deal, man. And it's fucked up because I don't think he's on these guys' level, though. I think he's a solid draw. I'm sorry, Clintus. I do love the Booker. But the Spinaroonie, kids were doing the Spinaroonie in high school. He's a major star, damn it.
I tried doing it, but I pulled a lot of things.
Well, I can see why, Doug.
I remember everybody doing the 5-time. So
Who's Booker V?
shut the fuck up.
I did like that. 5 times. Okay. I'll say solid draw.
Thank you.
Well, that puts him down then.
It's a star.
Yeah, he's a star. All right. Next up, we have Junkyard Dog.
Are we doing
I feel
part
I'm
3?
well, probably not next week. I don't think, right?
Yeah, but we're gonna have to do a
Yeah, we are.
at some point.
As far as Junkyard Dog goes, Mid-South,
Legend.
yeah. Mid-South, he was a major star. Everywhere else, I feel like he was he was a solid draw in WWF for a while, and then he just kind of fell off.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, even though I love the dog, I'm going to say Good Hand.
I'll say Good Hand.
Good head. What do you think, Clint?
Good hand.
I do love me some JYD though. All right. To finish this out, we have 3 more. 1, Doug, you can mostly talk on this. Nick Bockwinkel.
So he was only ever really in the one place, which was AWA.
But he was their biggest heel.
And he was their biggest heel, so he was a major star. So that's where I put him. I think Clintus just fell asleep while I was talking about that.
I'm just, I've been up for a while. Yeah, I need some more energy in my life.
Nickel
Shut the fuck up. I'm trying here.
I'll agree with Doug.
And I was the drunk one?
I admitted to it. There you go. You happy? Nick / Bockwinkel. There you go.
We can't win.
All right. Next up, we're about to head out soon, but right before we go, you ready?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
It's a big name we got here.
All right, well, say it.
Umaga.
Solid hand.
Well,
I mean, good hand.
it's either solid draw or good hand. You can't combine the both.
Had potential.
I say have potential.
I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree with that. He had potential. Had he been around longer.
To me, he's one of Cena's best feuds, but he should have done more. All I can think of with him is Cena and Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
He had good feuds with both of them, but and he really kind of helped make them as baby faces. But besides that, I don't remember much else. The last name on our list, and this is somebody who we did watch win a world title, who I just brought up in Buffalo. Someone who was a major star in WWE, won the title, and he won the title in TNA. He was the face of TNA. Jeff Hardy.
Solid draw.
Solid draw.
The only reason why I'm not saying major star is because his demons also held him back.
They did, but there was a time that he was selling John Cena merch.
Yeah, which is why they put the title on him and why Freddie Prinze Jr. got fired from the creative team.
And he was solid in his second TNA run.
I will still put him as a star, like a solid star, though.
I think he was a star. Because it takes a lot to win the big one, you know?
Yeah.
And he won the big one. We were there. And then he went to TNA, and that was a big blow when he went to TNA.
Well, yeah, and he just got caught with a big mega blow, too.
Oh, God.
I mean, he did.
Let it go. Let it go.
He doesn't have the same star power, maybe, as some of those other guys, but I think he's still bigger than Edge was. He didn't have that longevity of Edge, but as far as like bigger, more popular, I think Hardy was more popular.
He
maybe not for longer, but
I feel like you got more out of Edge than you did Jeff Hardy.
Yeah. Longevity wise.
Yeah. So I'm going to just say solid draw.
Eric, what do you think?
I'm going to say solid draw, too.
So it's 2-2. We'll put it in the Wrestling Through the Years group and let people.
Oh, fuck that.
No. Let's ask Sean what he thinks.
Sean, is Jeff Hardy a major star or a solid draw? Give it to a
Means you
straight.
got to go back to the screen.
I'm
so
going to the screen, nut fuck. King Booker. Sean, I hope you're still watching because we're waiting on you to settle it. We'll wait all fucking night if we have to. SmackDown's
Really?
about out, so hurry up.
SmackDown is on.
He's a drunk. No, that's not enough. Tell me. Is he a major star or is he a solid hand? He sucks.
Give us an actual answer.
It's all
You got to use. All right, there we go. Oh, you agreed with Eric and I.
All right. So as Sean says it, it's a 3-2. He's a major star. There you go.
Wait a minute.
It's my fucking show. Me and Clinton were right.
You almost walked out. At the beginning.
There you go, Jeff Hardy, major star.
So what are we doing this week, Master?
ECW Heatwave 98.
Okay.
Ooh, I haven't watched the ECW pay-per-view in years.
And we haven't done one on the show in a very long time, and I've been asking for a while. So we got Heatwave 98 next week.
I'm down for that.
I think the main event of that was Shane. Believe it or not,
It's a street fight.
Was that one in Philly or New York?
It's Tommy Dreamer, Sandman, and Spike Dudley against the Dudleys.
oh, that's the one. And then
Bubba Devon and Big Dick.
yeah, and then that's the Bigelow Taz rematch, right?
Yep. So we got a lot of good shit to go. Yeah, that's it. Or no, it's Bam Bam in a false count with Tanaka.
Tanaka.
Masato Tanaka.
Masato Tanaka. Oh no, it is Taz and Bam Bam.
Yeah.
It's Tanaka and Awesome.
Oh
So there's a
shit.
lot of good
Oh
shit.
yeah. All right.
So we'll see everybody next week. That's our tier list so far. Under Major Star, we got Sting, John Cena, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Macho Man, Brock Lesnar, Booker T, Nick Bockwinkel, and Jeff Hardy. And solid draw, we got Roddy Piper, AJ, Lex Luger, The Sandman, DDP, Samoa Joe, and Kevin Nash. Good hand, we have Nick Aldis, Tommy Dreamer, Vader, The Miz, Eddie Edwards, Kofi Kingston, Mike Awesome, Alberto Del Rio, and the JYD. And under head potential, we have Raven, Double J, Jeff Jarrett, R-Truth, Adam Cole, Solo Sikoa, and Umaga. The Bloodline's going to hate us. Didn't work. We have Great Khali, Jinder Mahal. India's going to hate us. And Jack Swagger. And under flop, we have Vladimir Kozlov and Mabel.
The Russians are going to hate it.
Great show, guys.
It was
One
a great
last time.
show. We'll see everybody next week for Heatwave 98. It's always a pleasure.
All right, later, guys.
The people.
Later.
Later.
Okay, bye. Later.